So one of the questions I get asked a lot is how do I deal with telling people I've had weight loss surgery or telling people I'm going to have weight loss surgery and dealing with kind of all the issues that surround that. So I want to take a couple of minutes just to share with you some of my ideas and thoughts about that and what I often share with patients. So the first thing is the decision to tell people whether you've had weight loss surgery is an incredibly personal one, and really, is something that should be made based off of the person and what feels right to them. Okay, just because everyone tells you should maybe tell people doesn't mean to say that's what's right for you. Just because people say no, you should keep it a secret doesn't mean that's what's right for you. So you need to do what feels right. Ultimately, when you are looking to share with people that you're having weight loss surgery, even that you've had weight loss surgery, what you're looking for is support, okay? You're looking for them to unconditionally support you and provide you with that sort of boost, that confidence, that support that you've made the right decision and that they support your decision. Unfortunately, as we know, you don't always get that, okay? Sometimes you get people who are very nervous and scared about the fact that you're having weight loss surgery. They've heard things, it almost seems like everybody's heard of someone who hasn't had a good experience with it, someone who's maybe had a complication or whatever. People seem to have always read about it, heard about it, whatever. Ultimately, the thing to remember is that you're the one who is the expert. Unless you're talking to someone who's had weight loss surgery, chances are the people that you're sharing the information with haven't done any research into it. They're just going off what they've heard, what they've maybe seen at times, and they're not going off of any sort of knowledge base, and certainly not the same knowledge base that you have. So you've done the research, you know that this is the right thing for you to do, and this is the thing that feels like the best thing for you to do moving forward in your goals of trying to be successful at losing weight. You tried the dieting thing, you tried all kinds of things. Oftentimes people will say, well, why don't you just try dieting? Ultimately, if that had worked at this point, and once you get have weight struggles for long enough, dieting is not going to work for you. Exercise is not going to work for you on its own. You need something to help with that. So, when people are saying, why don't you just diet and things like that, again, that's just coming from a lack of information and lack of knowledge, okay? Sometimes I often hear people say that they hear, and I've heard people say it, that like people who are having weight loss surgery are taking the easy way out. Anybody who's researched it and has had weight loss surgery knows that this isn't necessarily an easy solution. You're being given a tool, but you have to do a lot of changes, work really hard to be successful with the surgery. So it's definitely not an easy solution. However, the thing that I always come back to is just because even if it was an easy solution, just because you're doing something that is easier doesn't necessarily mean that it's wrong, okay? There are plenty of things that I do in my life and people do in their lives that are easier. And people get in their car every day and drive to work. They don't ride a bike because getting in a car and driving to work is easier. When I need to communicate with someone, I'll send an email. I won't necessarily write out a letter and stick it in the mail because it's easier, it's quicker. So just because something is easier doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad. And there are a lot of things that we do that are easier we do because of the convenience and the easiest factor, but weight loss surgery is definitely not one of those things that's easy. But ultimately, what I tell people is that this is your decision. You need to own the decision. You're the one who's going through it. You're the one who's going to put the hard yards in. You're the one who's already put the hard yards in and researching it. But it's your decision, and you have to own that decision. If you come across as being like unsure, people are going to pick up on that and they're going to jump on that. But if you're confident, if you know that you've made the right decision, you come off in that way, you'll do absolutely fine, okay? So hopefully that helps, but definitely own the decision. That's what we're looking to do here. All right, thanks a lot.